So if you've worked in a union job or you've been around a union long enough, you've probably heard the term right to work. Right now, we're going to dig into what right to work is, what it's not, and what it means for you. I'm going to get the big part of this video out of the way right now. Right to work, bottom line, is to make the union provide services to people that don't have to pay for them. It's like a restaurant having to serve a customer that doesn't have to pay for the meal. Now, right to work came into being as part of the 1947 Taft-Hartley Act, and what it means is states can determine whether or not union security provisions are legal in union contracts. To explain this, you look at how a union is formed. Unions are established when a majority of people in a particular workplace decide they want to form a union. Once they form a union, that union of those workers then negotiates a contract that contains all the things that are contained in contracts, much like any pro ball player, actor, or executive when they go into a new company. It outlines how much money they're going to make, what benefits they get, and how long that contract will be. Now, what happens in right to work states, currently there's about 27 out of the 50 states are right to work states. I might be high or low on that by one or two, so don't hold it against me. But what happens in a right to work state is when you go to work in a union shop, and then that's a place with an established contract, when you go to work at this place, you get a choice of whether or not you pay a union service fee or join the union, or get everything the union guys get without having to pay anything for it. And just to be clear, it's not a choice for the union whether or not they represent you in contract negotiations or arbitrations or all the other benefits of being in the union. The union is required to provide these services to you in a right to work state, whether you pay for it or not. And this gets to the real purpose of what right to work is. Right to work is there to defund unions. It's to make unions provide services for people that don't pay for them and ultimately make it non-sustainable for a union to survive. Bottom line, it's a business tactic, it's a financial tool, it's a mechanism to cripple unions, to diminish their ability to help the workers in the workplace. As for whether or not it infringes on somebody's rights or freedoms, keep in mind that currently about 78% of the workforce in the United States works under a union contract. That gives you 93% of places that don't have a union contract. There is nothing that says that somebody who doesn't want to be in a union has to work at a union job. In fact, 9 out of 10 jobs aren't union. So if you don't like for example, I'll use UPS as an example. If you don't like the $35, $36 an hour you're getting as a driver with a benefit package that runs into $13, $14, $15 an hour, 6 weeks vacation, and the rest of it. If you don't like that and you want to go to work for Federal Express, or you want to drive Uber or be your own boss, there's nothing stopping you. You don't have to stay in a job that you don't want to be a part of. That's not the whole point. The point is to make the union provide services for people that don't pay. What does this mean for you? Every year, every state that currently is not right to work has a business interest pushing to get right to work passed in that state. Every election. Now, whether or not they make it to the ballot, whether or not it passes is a whole nother story. But believe me, businesses out there paying, lobbying for this. It's just as simple as the weaker unions become, the weaker the middle class becomes. And it creates more competition for labor in the workplace, which creates lower costs for companies. It's the bottom line. It's not about freedom. It's not about choice. It's not about right or wrong. It's about companies hate unions. It's about the union difference, and we'll get into that in another video. Thanks for watching. I know I oversimplified it. If you could, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And I'll keep making these videos.